Hi yogis, welcome to your 60-minute Yang Yin practice. My name is Kelsey and I will be guiding you through your class today. We'll start out our practice by just lying on our backs in Shavasana, coming down supine on our mats, connecting to our breath, feeling the inhales all the way to the belly, and exhale, letting it all go. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Continuing here with those nice deep breaths, relaxing shoulders, back body, legs, feet down onto our mats. Closing down the eyes if you'd like. Taking this time to notice if there's any pinching or pain throughout the body. And just sending a few extra loving breaths down to that area. We'll start to slowly awaken our bodies, wiggling our fingers and our toes, maybe rolling out wrists and ankles, taking time for both directions. And then we'll come into a nice full body stretch, bringing both feet together, zippering those legs together. Inhale, lifting the arms all the way up above head. Big inhale, pointing those toes, pointing those fingers. And exhale, letting it all go. Inhale, full body stretch, point the toes, reach those fingers back. And exhale, letting it all go. On the next inhale, bringing that right knee into the chest for a hug. Maybe rolling out that right ankle. Just letting that left foot fall to the side. And then we'll gently guide that right knee over towards that right armpit. Maybe that left hand comes onto our left hip, making sure it stays grounded on our mat. Engaging that bicep, hugging that knee closer down to the body. Gently opening up through the right hip. And then we're going to take that right knee and just make nice circles here. Maybe smaller, maybe larger. Keeping that left hip grounded on our mats. And then coming back to center. We'll bring that left hand to that right knee, right arm comes out to a T or cactus shape, and coming into our twist. Making sure both shoulders stay grounded on the mat. Maybe gently allowing that head to fall to the right. Breathing into that right side, into that right hip. And then we'll inhale the head back to center, inhaling that right knee back in. Bringing it in for a hug here. One big inhale. And exhale, bringing that left knee in to meet the right. A big belly breath, feeling both legs come all the way up towards the sky, using that belly to help rise those legs. And then on the exhale, bringing them in deeper, releasing all of that air from that big belly breath. Inhale, gently allowing those legs to come up. And exhale, back down. We'll let that right leg go along on the mat, left knee stays in. Maybe rolling out that left ankle if that feels good. And then we'll engage that left bicep, bringing that right hand on the right hip to make sure it stays grounded, and gently guiding that left knee, opening up through that hip. Breathing here, yogis. And then we're gonna make nice circles with that left knee. Just gently, you can make small circles, maybe larger circles, making sure that right hip stays grounded. And taking time for both directions. And then bringing that left arm out to a T or cactus shape, bringing that right hand to that left knee and coming into our twist here on the left. Both shoulders stay grounded on the mat. If you'd like, you can gently release that the head over to the left side. Breathing into that left hip, feeling it on the outside. And then gently guiding our head back up to center, bringing that left knee back up to center and bringing that right knee in to meet it. We're gonna make our way into our beginning core series here. We're gonna bring the fingertips to the back of the ears, to the back of the head, keeping both knees in. We're gonna lift the head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Knees try and touch the nose. And then on the exhale, we're gonna reach those feet out to a 90-degree. Inhale, bending at the knees. Exhale, bringing our head, neck, and shoulder down onto the mat. Legs come to a 90-degree angle. Inhale, lift. Exhale, extend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, extend. We'll go for 5 more. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, and we're gonna hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently releasing the head, neck, and shoulders. Releasing both hands down. Both palms of the feet come down onto the mat. We're gonna start rocking, rolling our way up. If you'd like, there's a few variations you can do. So you can either just come into your fetal pose, bringing that right arm long on the mat and turning over to your side. If you'd like to engage that core a little bit more, you can grab a hold of the back of the thighs and gently rocking yourself up, taking about 5 or 6 times, just rocking front to back. And then we're gonna cross the feet, cross the legs, coming up into our tabletop here. We'll meet in tabletop. Shoulders stacked over wrists. Hips stacked over knees. Toes can be tucked or untucked. We're just gonna work through a couple of cat-cows here, waking up our back body. Inhale, dropping the belly down, pushing that tailbone up towards the sky, crown of the head shines up. And then exhale, rounding through that spine, pushing through those shoulders, pushing through that back body. Inhale, dropping that belly down. Exhale, rounding through that spine. Inhale, dropping that belly down. Exhale, rounding through that spine. Coming back to center, we're going to do some more core. So we're going to step that right foot back. Toes are kissing the mat, making sure both hips are still square to the mat. Shoulders are stacked over wrists. And if you'd like to stay here, you're more than welcome to. If you'd like, you can lift that right foot up off the ground, making sure we're not dumping into that chest. Pushing that right foot back, like you're trying to make footprints on that back wall. Toes are pointing down towards the mat, holding here, engaging that right leg. Maybe bringing that left arm up off the mat, bicep beside ear. Working on that balance. Holding strong. And then we're going to bring that left hand back down to the mat and right toes are going to come out beside us. We're going to inhale, bringing that right arm all the way up towards the ceiling, opening up through the chest. And then exhale, bringing that right arm back down. Inhaling, right arm all the way up. Exhaling, hand back down to the mat. So right toes are pointing towards the front of your mat. Inhaling, right arm up. Exhaling, right arm down. Inhaling, right foot up and back behind us. Toes are pointing down. And then we're going to inhale that right knee to right elbow. Exhale, reaching that right foot back. Inhaling, knee to nose. Exhaling, foot all the way back. And then gently bringing that right knee back underneath the hip, coming into our tabletop. Maybe taking a chance, rolling out those wrists. At any point, you can come into your child's pose if you need an extra breath. Grab a sip of water whenever you'd like. And we're gonna move to the opposite side. So reaching those left toes back. You can stay here. If you'd like, bring those left toes up off the mat. Holding strong, engaging that left leg. Feeling all of those muscles going to work. Pointing those toes down towards the mat. Pushing the heel out behind you. Maybe taking this chance to bring that right arm up off the mat, bicep beside ear, working on that balance. Engaging that core. And then we'll bring that right hand back down, stepping that left foot out to the side. Toes are pointing straight towards the front of your mat. We're gonna inhale, lifting that left arm all the way up, reaching for the ceiling, looking past those fingertips. Exhaling, bringing that left hand back down. Inhaling, left arm up. Exhale, bringing that left arm back down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, bringing that left arm down. Lifting that left foot up off the mat, pointing those toes behind us. Holding here for a couple more breaths. You're doing great, yogi. And then releasing left foot back down to the mat. We're gonna bump those hips all the way up, coming into our first down dog here. Maybe pedaling out that dog, pushing through the heels. In our yang yin practice, we start with our yang, moving the body, getting that blood flowing. So that when it's finally time to make our way into our yin, that busy mind has maybe turned Pushing through those hips. Really bring those hip bones high to the sky. We're gonna inhale all the way to plank. Heels are stacked over toes. Shoulders are stacked over wrists. At any point, you can drop the knees if you'd like. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna hop, skip, or jump all the way, bringing the feet up to the hands at the front of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shin, maybe onto the ground with a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come all the way up to our sides, palms touch above head. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhale, slight bend in the knees, arms come all the way out, big swan arms. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhaling, arms come all the way up, palms touch above head. Exhale, diving down to the ground, planting those hands, stepping that right foot back, followed by the left, high plank. Inhaling those hips up high to the sky. Walking it out. We're gonna inhale that right foot all the way up in between the hands, coming into our high lunge. You can always drop that left knee down behind you, making sure that that right knee is stacked over top that right ankle, making sure we're not dumping onto that thigh. You can bring both hands up, biceps beside ears. You can bring hands to heart. Scissoring those legs together, finding your balance here, high on those left toes. And then we're going to rotate on those left toes so they're parallel to the back edge of your mat, finding our warrior two. Inhale, rotating up high on those toes, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. From your warrior two, making sure that that right knee is still stacked over ankle. Left foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat. Arms are in line, making sure we're looking, gazing over those right fingertips. From here, we're gonna bring that right elbow down. Left arm is gonna come up beside the bicep, pointing to the wall in front of you. Holding here. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale to the side. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, back to the side. Inhale, warrior two. Bringing that left arm all the way down across body, finding our high lunge. Exhaling, hands down to the ground. Kick that right foot back. Down dog. Walk it out. Pedal it out. We're gonna bring those left toes all the way up. Three-legged dog. And then bringing them through all the way through, planting them between the hands. Again, you can always drop that right knee if you'd like. Bringing both arms up, biceps beside ear, relaxing through those shoulders. And then we're gonna rotate on those right toes so that the right foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat. Warrior two, sinking those hips down. Making sure that left knee stays stacked over your ankle. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. From your warrior two, make sure you have heel to arch alignment. So that left heel is in line with that right arch of the foot. Making sure that we have our alignment ready to go. And then we're gonna bring our left elbow down to that knee, reaching that right arm forward. Inhaling back to warrior two. Exhale to the side. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reaching over to the side. Inhaling back to center, warrior two. And then bringing that right arm all the way down across body, coming high on those right toes to our high lunge. Exhaling, bringing both palms of the hand down, stepping that left foot back, downward dog. We're going to bring both feet up to our hands, either walking them there, maybe jumping or hopping those feet up to meet the hands, and just coming into our forward fold here for a moment. Maybe holding on to opposite elbows, maybe rocking side to side. Inhaling flat back, hands to shin, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, palms come all the way out, palms touch above head. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhaling, gently bending those knees, bringing both arms all the way up towards the sky, and exhaling, hands to heart. Inhaling, swan dive, hands come all the way up, palms touch above head. Exhaling, diving down to the ground. Placing both hands onto our mat, stepping that left foot back, followed by the right, coming into our high plank. We're gonna come down through our chaturanga. So I invite you to drop your knees here if you'd like. You can go from high plank, making sure the elbows stay tucked to your sides. And we're gonna slowly lower, making sure that our hips are the last thing to touch the mat. Exhaling here for a moment, bringing both hands underneath the shoulders and then gently guiding ourselves back up into high plank and back into our down dog, walking it out. Inhale, bringing that right foot up high on the mat, three-legged dog. Exhale, bringing it in between the hands. Inhaling, both arms up above head. Exhaling, warrior two. Inhaling, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, bringing that right elbow down. Left arm shines forward, reaching for that wall. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, elbow down. Exhale, warrior two. Inhaling, high lunge. Exhaling, hands down. Right foot kicks back, three-legged dog. And then bringing it down to the mat, pedal it out. Left foot comes high off the mat, three-legged dog. Inhaling, foot in between the hands. Maybe dropping that right knee, maybe keeping it lifted. Inhaling, both arms beside the head, biceps beside ear. Stacking that left knee over that left ankle. Big inhale here, strong yogi. Exhale, warrior two. Sinking into those hips. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. And then inhale, holding that warrior two strong. Exhaling, releasing that left elbow down. Right arm comes beside the ear. Making sure we have proud chest, making sure we're not dumping through that heart. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale. Inhale, warrior two. And then exhale. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, release here. Bringing those hips closer to the ground, dropping deeper. And then inhale, high lunge. Exhale, bringing both hands down, feet come back to our mat. But this time we're gonna come right into our high plank. High plank to our low plank. Slowly lowering down to the ground, chaturanga. Inhaling, tucking those toes, bringing those hands underneath the shoulders, and gently guiding ourselves back up into high plank. Down dog. We're gonna bring both feet to our hands, either hop, skip, or jump our way up to the front of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, both hands come all the way up, palms touch above head. Exhaling our hands to our heart. Just taking a moment here to ground down in both feet, coming to our standing postures. We're gonna inhale, big breath, palms come all the way above head. And then exhale, we're gonna sink down into our chair. So we're gonna bring those hips down towards the ground, bringing the weight into the heels, making sure both knees stay together and tucking that tailbone in. Making sure we're not dumping too far forward, seeing maybe if you can wiggle those toes a little bit. Holding here, maybe dropping those hips a little deeper. Holding here. You're doing amazing. And then bring both hands down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands come all the way above head, palms touch. Exhale, bringing both hands to chest. We're gonna inhale, big breath, bringing all that energy down into our bodies. Exhaling, we're gonna come into our chair, dropping that bum down. From our chair, we're gonna step our right foot back, coming into our lunge here. Coming up on those right toes. Holding here. And then inhale, using that right foot to gently guide yourself back into that chair. Holding here. And then using that left foot, stepping it back behind us into our high lunge here. Scissoring the legs together, engaging that core. And then using those left toes to gently guide yourself back into your chair, tucking that tailbone under. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, planting the hands, stepping that left foot back, followed by the right. Holding our plank here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing those knees down, we're gonna slowly lower onto our bellies and start to make our way into the yin portion of our practice. So bringing those elbows, making sure they stay nice and tight to the body. Wrists are underneath shoulders. You can always come down onto your elbows and then gently lower if that feels better for you. We'll meet in a mini belly Shavasana here. So hands can come down by our sides, left cheek can be on the mat. And just taking a couple of breaths here. Releasing that front body into the mat. Maybe closing down the eyes. And then rotating so that right ear comes onto the mat. Inhaling, bring our gaze down towards the mat. So the nose is just kissing the mat. We're gonna bring it so that our elbows are underneath our shoulders. Hands can be nice and wide. Fingers are spread apart. We'll be here for a few moments, finding our Sphinx pose here. If you find that this is a bit of too deep of a back bend for you, you can always come into your crocodile, which is bringing both hands underneath the forehead, resting that third eye onto the knuckles. Bringing that heart forward. Feet can come to the corners of the mat. And we're going to bring that right knee over to the side. So finding our half frog here. So your right shin is parallel to the side of your mat. The right thigh is parallel to the front of your mat. Opening up through that right hip. Again, you can always come down into your crocodile, or you can find your belly Shavasana here. Whatever feels best for your body. This is your practice in your space. So just honoring wherever you're at today. Maybe closing down the eyes. Really connecting into that yin energy. Connecting to those breaths. Working on slowing that heart rate down. Couple more breaths here, yogis. Feeling that opening in that right hip. Gently releasing that right leg back behind you. If you're in Sphinx, just coming down into a nice belly Shavasana here. Just giving back body a bit of a break. Breathing here. And then when you're ready, inhaling both elbows back underneath the shoulders, finding your Sphinx pose if that's where you'd like to go with your half frog. And then bringing that left leg out to the side. Finding our half frog on the left. Again, you can always come down into your crocodile or maybe a mini belly Shavasana. Wherever you're at in your practice. Shining that heart forward. Making sure we're not dumping in those shoulders. Pushing those shoulders down into the earth. Strong hands. Couple more big breaths here, breathing into that left hip. And then gently releasing that left leg back to meet the right. And we'll just find a mini belly Shavasana on the opposite side here. Again, allowing that back body to settle. Maybe allowing those hips to settle, maybe rocking the hips side to side. We're going to bring our right cheek to the mat. We're going to stretch that right arm out to the side. And you can stay here if you'd like. If you'd like to go a bit deeper, you can gently use that left hand to guide you up over onto that right shoulder. Again, honoring wherever you're at today. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can bring that left foot behind the right. Maybe bringing that left hand to the lower back. Feeling that nice stretch into that right shoulder. Connecting into those breaths. And then when you're ready, if that left leg is behind you, just gently bringing that left leg back down to the mat, using that left hand to lower yourself up off that right shoulder. Bringing that left hand out to the side. Maybe just staying here, bringing that left cheek to the mat. If you'd like to go a bit deeper, rolling over onto that left hip. Using that right hand maybe to hold your balance. If you'd like to go a bit deeper, bring that right foot behind you. Maybe bringing that right hand to the lower back. Honoring wherever you're at in today's practice. Breathing into that left shoulder. Maybe noticing if this shoulder feels any different than the right shoulder. Maybe it feels a little bit looser, maybe a bit more tight. Just breathing into that area. Allowing yourself to surrender in this posture. Letting it all go. We're going to slowly lower ourselves back down. So if that right foot is behind you, just bring it back down to the mat, using that right hand to slowly lower yourself back down onto that belly. We're going to bring both hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to tuck those toes, and we're going to gently lift the hips back into a child's pose. So I invite you to find the child's pose that serves you. So whether that be a wide-legged child's pose, maybe taking both knees to the outside edges of the mat, or maybe finding a traditional child's pose, bringing both knees together. And then just slowly lowering those hips onto the heels. Walking those hands out in front of you. Bringing that forehead to the mat. And just breathing here. You're in your wide-legged child's pose. Your big toes can find each other. Finding comfort in this posture here. The pose begins when you want to get out of it. So breathing through any urges you have to move. About 3 more big breaths here. Really feeling those inhale and exhales move through the entire body. Breathing all the way from our toes to our fingertips. And then when you're ready, just gently guiding yourself back up, using those hands to come back into our tabletop. Maybe rocking those hips out side to side. We're gonna swing the feet up over to the side. Coming into our cross-legged, our easy seat here. We're just going to take a couple of moments to connect back to that breath. So bringing the palms of the hands onto those knees, feeling that energy coming into our body. Big inhale through the nose and exhale, release. Inhale, full breath in. Exhale, release. We're gonna bring that left hand down on the mat and just bringing that right arm all the way up to the side, opening up through that right side body. Maybe walking that left hand out a little bit farther, but again, not losing the integrity of the posture. So making sure that that heart is shining forward, making sure we're not dumping into the chest, letting all that light shine in. Inhaling, bringing that right hand down and the left hand all the way up to the side. Opening through that left side, opening through those ribs. Making sure that that heart is shining forward. Inhaling back to center, both fingertips are on the ground. We're going to walk those hands out in front of us, making sure both hips stay on the ground, reaching forward. Inhaling back to center, slowly walking those hands back up. And we're just gonna rotate the feet. So if you had a foot that was on top or in the front, just bringing it to the back or to the opposite of where it was. Inhaling, both hands up above head. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhaling, both hands to the ground. Exhale, slowly walking those hands forward. Making sure that the hips stay grounded in the mat. Maybe you just go to those fingertips touching the mat. Each day in our practice, our body might be at a different spot. So just listening to our yogi edge each day, each practice. And then on your next inhale, just slowly walking yourself back up. We're gonna bring both feet down onto the mat. And we're going to slowly lower ourselves, doing a little bit more core work here. We're going to reach for that front wall ahead of you. If you'd like to skip the core, you can always just lower yourself down. And we're going to engage that core, reach those fingertips, slowly coming onto our back body for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, halfway, 4, 3, 2, 1. Surrendering here, just taking a mini Shavasana, letting the legs go long, allowing back body to reconnect with our mat. We're going to inhale both feet back down to the mat. We're going to take that right foot and cross it over that left knee. So right ankle on left knee, coming into a figure 4 shape. If you'd like to stay here, you can bring that right hand, just use it to gently guide that right knee away from body. Flexing through that right foot, protecting that knee. If you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit today, you can bring that left foot up off the mat, maybe holding onto the back of the thigh, maybe onto the shin. Feeling a nice stretch into that IT band here. Again, gently allowing that right knee to go away from the body. You can always bring that left foot up all the way up to the sky. Breathing here. You can relax that left foot. Just let it go floopy. And then we'll release that left foot back down to the mat, bringing our arms out to a T or cactus shape and gently allowing the right foot to fall over to the left. So coming into a twist. If this is too deep for you today, you can always come back, or you can release the legs, finding our twist like we did in the beginning of our practice. You can always take your gaze over to the right. Breathing in, gently guiding that left knee or the right knee away from the body. Relaxing the shoulders into the mat. And then inhaling both legs back up to center, allowing that right foot to come onto the mat. And we're just going to windshield wiper both legs back and forth. We're going to inhale that left ankle onto the right knee. Finding our figure 4. Flexing that left foot, gently guiding that left knee away from the body. If you'd like to go a bit deeper, you can bring that right foot up off the mat, holding onto the back of that right thigh, maybe holding onto the back of the shin. Letting that right foot just hang. Breathing here. Just gently guiding that left knee away from the body. Maintaining that figure 4 shape. And then gently releasing that right foot down to the mat, opening the arms up to a T or cactus shape. And then gently allowing that right foot, the left foot, to find the mat. Still gently guiding that left knee away from the body. Maybe allowing the gaze to fall over to the left. Connecting to the breath. Connecting to that outer left hip. Couple more big breaths here. Relaxing the shoulders into the mat. Inhaling the head back to center. And then gently guiding that left knee and the right foot back down to the mat. Taking this time to windshield wiper both legs side to side, nice and gentle. And then allowing both legs to go long on the mat. We're gonna bring that right hand to give ourselves a hug, maybe tucking it under that left shoulder, and then bringing that left arm underneath the right. So both hands are holding onto your upper body, giving yourself a well-deserved hug. Maybe rocking side to side. And on the inhale, just feeling those arms gently come closer towards the face. And on the exhale, using them to push some of that breath out. Inhaling, allowing them to slowly guide up. And exhaling, making way for those new breaths. Inhaling both arms all the way up towards the ceiling, and then bringing that left hand underneath the right. Giving yourself another well-deserved hug. Maybe rocking side to side. Inhaling and exhaling. Big inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. And we'll gently release both arms down by our sides. We're going to release that left ear down to the mat, turning our head over to the left. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, releasing right ear down to the mat. Inhaling back to center and finding your way into your final Shavasana. So I invite you to stay here, or if you'd like, you can find a reclined butterfly. Bringing the palms of the feet together, opening up through those hips. You can come into your fetal pose on one side of your choice. And just taking this time here to reconnect to those breaths. Reconnecting in with your body. Feeling those big breaths in. And releasing those breaths with a big audible exhale. Relaxing through the shoulders, through the face. Relaxing through the hips and the knees. Maybe letting those feet just fall open. Taking this time to thank your body for being the vessel that guided you through your practice, for allowing you to show up for yourself today.